Hello, my YouTube friends, and to whoever is watching this video. I really wanted to document and share what it's like to be an online coach, the reality of being an online coach, and I guess, what I'm going through. So this video is very candid. I haven't really planned the script or anything like that. I just want to just share with you the realness, what I'm going through as an online coach, going to following that entrepreneur sort of pathway, running my own business, being self employed, and what it's really like. And I really wanted to share this because a lot of people see it in one lens where they think that it's this f- um, easy pathway, and that people that are self-employed, people that are online coaches have it easy because we have the flexibility, which is true. Yes, I do have the flexibility, and I'm so very grateful for it. But there's just so much more to it, and I just want to be real and honest and document my journey. And I suppose, future me in the next year or two will look back at this video and just be proud of how far I've come. So here I am, in, I would say this. I started, as most of you know, I have a passion for lifting weights and just fitness in general. I love being strong, and I love getting all my clients strong. And you know, I it was I did my PT, certifications, because I just enjoyed the what I just saw the results and the progress that fitness has done for me, and I just wanted to get my certification because I wanted to show other people what's possible, and I wanted to share with them how fitness and lifting weights can change their lives like it did for me. And I wanted to share this feeling, because it's just, yeah, I just feel like, I just want other people to feel the endorphins and the, I guess, how it could really change their mental health as well, or improve on their mental health, I should say. Um, so yeah, that being said, I was doing PT. This is just a little bit of to put context in it. I was doing PT as a side hobby while I was still studying full time at university. Um, I just did it as a hobby because I really enjoyed it, and it wasn't like I wanted to become a PT and that was my sole career. That was not the case. Um, when I started in 2019, I would say, was when I started PT. And it wasn't meant to be a full-time job. I wanted to actually become a physio. But in saying that, to cut a long story short, COVID happened, and it just changed everything for me. I transitioned to obviously doing online coaching and helping people because I think for me, at the end of the day, I really want to be, I really want to have a job where I wanted to help other people, and make a difference in people's lives. I think this has always been in my blood. Like I've been put on this earth to help people. So yeah, that sort of gave me the confidence and gave me the boost to transition all of my clients that I was seeing in person to online. And from then on, I suppose, things started to change, and I started to get more clarity with what I wanted to do, and that is to do PT, and to coach people. So in the first year of COVID, which was 2020, was when I officially started online training. And I could tell you that because training was something that I was passionate about, and I enjoyed doing, and I know that I was, at the time, I thought I was good at, because I got myself results and I got clients results. But there is a lot more to, um, you know, coaching and, being your own boss, essentially what I was, because I was running my own business. I was self-employed. I had to wear all the hats in my coaching, for example. There's so much more to just coaching. There's the business side of things, and I think for me, the business side of things was the thing that I struggled the most with back in 2019, even 2020, the start of COVID. And I could tell you, I was absolutely terrible. I was terrible at the business side of things. And it's funny, and I really wanted to say this, because when people look at me now, and it's been 2.5 years since I've been doing online, I've been coaching my clients online and running my own business. People say to me how do I do it? How am I so good at, putting content out there? How am I so good at, my copy when I post things, my copy, as in, my sales copy, how am I so good at this and that? All the business, they all fall under the business side of things. People ask me, how am I so good at it? And I could tell you that I was terrible at when I first started in 2020. But I sort of forced myself to learn the business side of things, because if I really wanted to survive, I had to do something about it. And I think I'm the kind of person that loves. I definitely love learning, and I'm the kind of person that if I want to make things happen, I'm a visionary. So I feel that anything is possible if the world is our oyster, essentially. There's so much things that you can learn in this world, and it's all for free, and that's the beauty of it. You had no idea, but I did a lot of research. I followed a lot of people on social media. I watched YouTube. I could even say I had role models virtually. I really looked up to a lot of business people, and listening to podcasts. So that's, I really spent a lot of time learning the skill of business and sales, especially. And I could tell you that I did a lot of sales call at the start of 2020, and as well as all of 2020 and 2021. And I was terrible at it, and I would say that, the more I did it, the more I put myself in that situation where it was hard. I think you learn from experience. It's so true. You learn from experience, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I was terrible at it from the beginning, but I think over time, as I am more into building my business, and where I'm at, things are starting to, I guess, flow a little bit easier. Don't get me wrong, it is still challenging as an online coach right now. People seem to think that I'm making millions and millions of dollars. I am definitely not. If I have to be completely honest with you, I am just scraping through. There is a lot of upkeep. And I'm not here to scare anyone from being an online coach. I think this is what it takes to become a successful entrepreneur, which is what I envision myself to be. I really do, have that, I guess, spirit in me to follow this pathway. And for me, I'm beginning to learn. I'm beginning to love the game of entrepreneurship. It is challenging, it is tough, and even though I am not where I want to be yet, where I see my brand, my business, it's definitely not where I want to be yet, but I'm totally okay with that. I am honestly totally okay with that, because I think, there's no overnight success, there's no quick fixes, and I think, everything that I do is part of the process. As long as I have the passion, as long as I have that vision, and I just keep doing it, and I just keep showing up, because I think, the more I show up consistently and the more I do this because I love it, and, I'm making an impact on women, the more I show up, I feel that it's going to have a compound effect in the years to come. So I don't expect to be making millions right now. I just want to continuously show up as I am, to make the impact. And yeah, I think that this is a process. Like, there's no, like with anything, there's no, overnight success. And I think in the past I used to be upset because I would do all these things and I would never see results, where I would compare myself to other people, and they would do all those things and they would get, tremendous amount of results in terms of finance, like clients, as well as, financially as well. And I think, having that mindset is very unhealthy. Comparing yourself to other people and their progress and their result isn't going to help yours in any way. So I think, it's important to, it's very important to stay in your lane. And I know that it's a lot easier said than done, because as humans we naturally compare ourselves to other people, and we do have some form of envy towards other people. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I've certainly felt like that when I see, my fitness friends that are, online coaches as well, are killing it. And I used to think, what am I doing wrong? I think of excuses of why things didn't work for me, and I've just put myself down. And I think, the biggest thing that I'm so proud of, that to me, like, is the biggest win. It's not about being where I want to be, but the biggest win is my shift in my mindset. Like now, I put my hand on my heart and say, I don't even compare myself to other people. And I say that because, I would rather, and it always comes down to this, like, where would I invest my energy in? Energy is everything. Like, I look at everything as energy. Am I putting my energy to the right things that will serve me and what I want to do in my life? Or, am I putting that energy to someone else and and just wasting my energy, feeling so down, and it's not even progressing me forward in the right direction? So, in saying that, I guess it applies with anything in life. We often tend to compare ourselves to other people, but where would you rather invest that energy into other people's progress, or into your own progress that will help you move forward to where you want to go? And I think that's really, really powerful, and that's helped me, I guess, be, at peace with where I am in my business right now, although I'm not exactly where I want to be. So that has been the biggest win for me. And I used to think, it's always about taking massive actions. It's always about taking action. Yes, it is about taking actions in anything that you do in your life. If you want to succeed in anything, it's all about taking action. And in the past, I used to think, take massive. I'll even journal it out and say, I need to take massive action. I need to take massive action. And I think when I say massive, I'm setting myself up for these, I should be doing these big tasks. I should be doing 4 or 5 things of the day, because they're massive. And I think, like, when I set myself those expectations of being massive, it sort of put me in a position where if I didn't get massive actions done, then I would feel down about myself. And then I'll say the next day I'll take massive action. It'll just never happen. Like, I will get things done, but I wouldn't consider them as massive. So now I shifted my perspective, and now I've changed. I'm looking at as, what can I do that's 1% better than what I did, yesterday or the week or last week. Just as, like, I would do with when I'm in my fitness, and what I coach my girls, it's always focused on the 1%. And I should take my own advice and, say to myself that it's exactly the same with, anything I do in life, and my business is just working on that 1% better each day. And that 1% could be, being less distracted on social media. That's a massive 1% improvement for me, being able to push out, at least 2 hours nonstop of work. If I could just get that 2 hours in, just making those small improvements each time, it will compound. And I think, being more realistic and working on the 1% in my business, just like anything in life, will have a compound effect. And that's how I see it as. So that's the one thing that's helped me. Another thing is that what I have also, I guess it also comes down to 1%, is where I sort of see my business, and I treat it like training. So with me, I've been training for the past 7-8 years consistently, and I have the results that I have now, and I have the body and the physique that I have now, and I have the strength that I have now, and I have all the knowledge around training, around lifting weights, around nutrition. I have all that knowledge is because I have been putting in the work for the past 7 years, and I've only been in business for the past 2 years. So I can't expect to see a tremendous growth in 2 years. I'm giving myself the next 5 years to keep chipping away to see, I guess, massive returns. So I'm in no rush, to be honest, and I feel like in today's society, everyone's in a rush to get things, to go after things, to get quick results. And I think that's a really, fast way to not see any progress or see any results. And even if you get quick results, like, it's not going to be sustainable. So, right now, I like to think like I'm not making massive monies, like I've said. I'm not like at a really good place financially, like, I'm stable. Like, I'm just surviving. And honestly, I'm just so happy with that. I'm more than happy with that because there's so many other things that I'm grateful for. Obviously I'm grateful for having the flexibility to do what I want to do at my own time, in my own schedule. And it is tough. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of long hours, but when it comes down to thinking of the things that I'm grateful for, it's okay. Like, I don't expect to make massive monies within the next 6 months, like not even probably the next year. So I just want to take each and every moment and each and every day as it comes, and what can I do that works 1% better. So I'm just focusing on, every single day, and I don't want to be rich in in the next month or the next 3 months. Like, I'm looking at it in years time, and I'm totally okay with that, because I also do believe that there is abundance for everyone to succeed. There's room for everyone to succeed. So I think mindset has been the biggest thing for me, even though at the start of this video I did say that I wanted to document my journey. That has sort of, I guess I did sort of document, what it's like now. I wouldn't say that, I just really wanted to put it out there because people often see me killing it, which I don't really think that I'm killing it. When they say killing it, what they mean is like I'm killing it with like having so many clients. I'm killing it with my finances. Like, I'm raking in all the money. Like, I'm not. I'm far from that. It's far, to be completely honest. I've probably only have about 10 clients right now that I work very closely with, and I don't have 30 clients. I don't have 50 clients. Eventually, I do want to make an impact on millions of women around the world. That's what I'm hoping to do. But that will come in due time. As long as I stick to my true core values, as long as I show up consistently and put in the work, and show up authentically me, then it's all good. Like, I'm happy with where I'm at. I feel like I have more than enough. I have a beautiful apartment that I'm so happy to call home. I am living on my own, and I'm just so grateful for that because I love being alone. I say that because I'm not a loner, but I just love being in my own space. And like I said, I get the flexibility to train when I want to train. So I'm looking at those things, and to me, they're more than enough. And yeah, I guess just say it how it is. But I guess my final message is that you know, to one, never compare yourself or your journey to anyone else's that you see on social media or on any sort of media platform, because it's never not it's just what you see on the surface. You don't really see what's behind the scene, and people can say a lot of things that they've gotten this result, they've gotten that. Like, it's all like you don't really know unless because no one really shows their bad side or their not so great side, and and people compare it to that. So just be careful with what you compare yourself with. Like I said, for me, I'm not where I want to be yet in my business journey, like definitely not, but there's a lot for me to learn. There's a lot for me to, I guess, develop my skills as an entrepreneur. And I really love it. I think the more that I do it, I'm learning. I love learning. I absolutely love learning. And, it's a game. Like, you hear all these successful people, successful entrepreneurs say that it is really a game, and, it's a hard game, and I love it. But yeah, and I think that's what keeps me going. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. But yeah, if you've gone to this far in this video and listened to my, I guess, my journey in entrepreneurship, then it's a little bit different than my other usual content. But I thought I'd just give you an insight to, what I'm going through. And yeah, and I just guess, put out more videos on my YouTube channel and just have a presence and just say what's on my mind. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, or you want to know more, or you want me to share a particular thing, please do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video.